Hi, my name is Ian. I just graduated from Bryn Mawr College and will soon be a full-time employee at a company in the States. It's crazy, too crazy. Anyway, I was the first scholar at Point Avenue 4 years ago. It feels like yesterday when I was crying over the 15 draft version of my personal statement the night it was due and coming to Point Avenue early the next morning and already saw Mr. Jason and Mr. John sitting there. It feels like yesterday when we spent every day at the office eating Don chicken, pizza 4 piece, having a sleepover, and celebrating everyone's birthdays. It feels like yesterday when I cried in Mr. Tommy's office. Ever since then, so many things happened. I've grown, I've changed, and so did PA. Well, perhaps the only thing that didn't change was me crying to TAT and texting her at midnight. In this video, I want to tell the story of my college journey in the past few years to explain how that debate kid decided to study computer science, how long it took her to believe in the things her mentors once said about her, how she exceeded their expectations, and most importantly, how they are still here with her even in her darkest and ugliest times. I want to dedicate every single one of my happiest, most grateful, most beautiful moments to my mentors and thank them for taking a bet on me 4 years ago. Throughout my high school years, I competed for both my school debate team and Vietnam national debate team. I came to college thinking that I would major in international relations and perhaps becoming a diplomat or a lawyer. You know, the debater stereotype career paths. But after taking a class on international politics, I realized that I wasn't passionate about politics and I preferred taking actions. So I continued to take other classes just to fulfill my core requirements. In the back of my mind, I had economics as a safe choice. It's kind of interesting to say this, but I've never spent a full academic year on campus. In March 2020, due to the COVID-19 outbreak, I quickly decided to pack my bags and go home. While I was in quarantine, TAT suggested me film a video of my life there and led a fundraising initiative with PA. I spent the rest of my freshman year and sophomore year in Vietnam doing projects in between of classes. And at that point, I still had no clue what my major was going to be. I finished taking Intro to Computer Science and was already taking Introduction to Data Structures, which is like one of the hardest CS classes ever. I didn't know if I could do it because I needed so much help from my classmates, but I had to make a choice, so I thought about it. Yeah, this is hard, but am I suffering or tolerating? I realized that if I were going to spend 4 years in college with significant financial aid and scholarship, perhaps I should do something that challenges me. Until now, I think it's one of the best decisions I've ever made. Looking back, I would tell my freshman year self to just go for it earlier. I was under the impression that because I came from a debate, humanities background, maybe I wasn't fitted for CS. After taking higher level classes, I think my debate experience actually helped me to improve my technical skills. The logic is the same, just different languages and different problems that require different solutions. My junior year was perhaps my busiest year. I was trying to make up for the time I didn't spend on campus while taking harder classes, building my resumes, and finding internships. I was having a really good time though. Dating the college style, making new friends, partying at another school, exactly how I imagined college would be, but I would not want to do any of that again. You know, they say that you have to pick and choose among sleep, academics, and hanging out in college. And I think I've always chosen sleep because I go to bed at 9:30 p.m. every day. And then again, in March of 2022, I had to fly home because my father was in the hospital. He passed away shortly afterwards, and I stayed home for the rest of my semester. My college professors and network were very understanding, and each step along the way of my grief journey, my mentors at PA were constantly present. Whether it was through text or in person, I was able to share with them my fears, struggles, and even my most extreme thoughts. Looking back at COVID-19 times, putting social distancing and losses aside, I'm grateful I got to spend time at home with my dad. I stayed home for the rest of my junior year and summer. Then came senior year, which passed by very quickly. Sometimes it's crazy to learn that the things I set out to do in my freshman year, I've done it all. When I first came to college, I looked at my upperclassmen in awe as they worked as teaching assistants for the computer science department. I missed the deadline for that application, but I also didn't think I could be a TA. So one day, I gathered my courage to email my professor to ask if there's any opportunity to work. I landed a job as a grader for discrete mathematics, then used the opportunity to ask the new professor if she needed a TA. Then I became one and went on to TA to other classes for 2 years. When I first decided to declare a major in CS, I wish I would get the chance to attend the Grace Hopper Conference, which is the largest conference for women and non-binary technologists. That's where I got recruited from my employer now. My ultimate goal in the past 3 years was to find a job that would provide me visa sponsorship, and I did it too. Even though the roads I had to take to achieve these goals were bumpy and not like how I imagined or how my friends did, I proved to myself that whatever the goal is, one way or another, I know I will get there.
Thu Yen, the end.
Now that I've graduated, I will spend the next few weeks taking my mom to my favorite cities in the US with my own money. That's incredibly exciting because that's the first step in becoming a grown-up. I don't want to grow up too soon, but I want to be able to take care of the people I love and do the things I've always wanted to do. When I was still a high schooler at Point Avenue, I think I wasn't completely confident with my inner voice, but Bryn Mawr taught me to fully embrace it, even when and especially when there are too many noises around me. I think my mentors saw it coming and encouraged me to fight my greatest fear in order to reach my potential. I hope that soon I'll be able to pay it forward, just like how Point Avenue mentors did it for me and many other scholars as well.